Welcome in, Husker Extra 2-minute drills Monday afternoon. Just heard from Scott Frost, a bunch of Nebraska football players. What do you think? I mean, it's sort of 2-7, but everyone seems to feel good coming back from Ohio State. Still, there's some lingering. Scott Frost said we've had a bunch of moral victories this year, and those don't count for anything. But you also get the sense that there's this feeling that they can play well down the stretch and sort of get hot here in the last 3 games.
Yeah, Bill Callahan, the former Nebraska coach, always said that the games to remember are the games in November.
Bill said it.
I don't know if he quite meant what's going on here, but I think he was talking more about those are the games that put you in positions to win championships.
Yeah.
While Nebraska's not in that position, these games would be memorable if Nebraska would put together a 3-gamer, right?
Yeah.
If they would win the last 3, those would be games to remember.
Yeah, it's interesting. So there's been a lot of talk about moral victories. This team doesn't feel like, Ben Stilley said nobody went to Ohio State to play them close on the team. But there's some good things that came out of it. I thought it was interesting. Scott Frost said today that even though Ohio State's offense scored 34 points, plus obviously the safety, that was the best the defense has played overall against a good offense so far this season.
Mo Berry added to that by saying he thought the secondary played its best game, a really good game. I think Boodle's becoming a pretty good corner.
Yeah.
Lamar Jackson gets a huge pick to begin the 3rd quarter. I mean,
forced a fumble too that they didn't recover.
Right. So those guys are playing well. I really feel good about the way Aaron Williams is playing.
Yeah.
He had that kind of rough outing at Northwestern and has come back really well. So, yeah, that's good. I mean, but the big takeaway of the day is it's a team that's still very engaged.
Yeah.
At 2-7, that doesn't always happen, and Frost expressed a lot of – he's really happy that's the case.
Yeah.
Satisfaction is what he expressed.
A couple of quick things. A lot of talk about JoJo Domann today sort of being a playmaker. JoJo Domann's been talked a lot about since he got here. He's been hurt for a long time, and now he's played in 2 games. He's backed up what everyone has said about him sort of since he arrived, that he just has a knack for making plays. And then there's a couple of interesting Illinois-related storylines this week. A.J. Bush, obviously, former Husker, coming back. He's on his 4th school in 5 years, coming back to play here. And Tanner Farmer being an Illinois guy who wasn't really recruited by Illinois until he became a big-time prospect. Then he said, if you didn't love me at the beginning, you don't love me enough now.
Yeah, Illinois initially asked him to walk on. Then he went to some camps and rose up. Got a bunch of offers in Illinois, circled back, and he said sorry. And then eventually wound up at Nebraska and has had a pretty good career. I imagine he'll be pretty engaged on Saturday.
If you don't love Sip now, you never will. That's all for today. Thanks for watching.